Hello beautiful people, Carl here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life. gbhblofficial for short, and it is of course an album review time. Symphonic metal innovators Epica, they're back, reinventing themselves once again with their 9th studio album Aspiral, out April 11th, 2025 via Nuclear Blast. Reinvention, yes, especially from a songwriting perspective. Rest assured, this is still the Epica we all know and love. The Epica that brings us bombastic blasts of symphonic metal, powerful storytelling, and an overall enviable cinematic feel. They are one of the icons of this scene and constantly lead the way, which is where this album comes in. As lavish as ever, but refined to a sharp point and with the necessary layers removed. Aspiral is an addictive listen, especially when it begins in such a vigorous style as it does with Cross the Divide. The instruments are punchy, but the heavier edge is balanced by the pomp of symphonic aspects and of course, of Bloody Course, the power of Simon's vocals. It's an easy track to like, especially as it feels so very Epica. So it is even more exciting to hear them begin to push some boundaries, small as they might be, with a track like Arcana. It is the sound of Epica scaling things back, allowing simplicity to take over, and putting the focus on the chorus, safe in the knowledge that it is going to blow up. The word that comes to mind listening to a track like this is magical. Of course, magical music is what they do. And it's very cool to see the New Age Dawn series continue with not one, not two, but 3 parts here. First, it is part 7, Darkness Dies in Light, the longest track in the album by some distance, and one that lives up to the Epic series' reputation. If you were worried that this refinement of Epica's sound would be lacking in spectacle, this track says otherwise, even though its amplification is not matched anywhere else. Although part 8, Metatonia, has a mass of melodrama that enhances the cinematic feel of it, but that is balanced out by thicker and more garish bursts of heavy. Before right at the end of the album comes part 9, the grand saga of existence. Epica being as dramatic as ever, but not quite having the same spark of inspiration here. It's still wholly enjoyable, but the steam has started to run out, especially as it is, overall, the album a lengthy listening experience. Elsewhere on the album, Obsidian Heart has a spectacular combo of pulsing instrumentals and formidable vocals. Fight to Survive, the overview effect gets the blood pumping in the veins as if it wasn't already, whereas Time is such a theatrical performance. Then there's Apparition and Eye of the Storm, tracks that come later in the album's runtime but are focused efforts that vary up the different layers of Epica's soundscape. These and the epic finale of the title track will leave listeners more than content, be it long-term Epica fans or those who came looking for a sumptuous display of cinematic symphonic metal. Still, it comes back to that word, and that word is refinement. And once again, it is notable just how Epica have found a way to simplify things while not losing all that makes them special. You don't have to worry. It is still them through and through. It's still massively bombastic, fully symphonic, cinematic, epic, all the words you can think of to describe this style of music, but it's just scaled back. It's just simpler. It's less egregious. It feels less like, hey, you didn't need to include that instrument, and that feels a bit over the top, and this track's 2 minutes too long, and so on and so forth. It's such a refined Epica release, and I really enjoyed it. It is Aspiral, out April 11th, 2025, via Nuclear Blast. You got any thoughts on this you want to share? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.